watching it, I vowed that I would make that sound. Okay, it's done. All right, so Change Heroes is a fundraising platform, as you heard. And what I want to do now is just kind of give you guys a break, because you guys have been really busy all day and probably fretting about this for weeks leading up to it. And so I thought I'd start out with a video that we took in Kenya a couple months ago of a gentleman named Evan. He's a 22-year-old kid who raised $10,000 through Change Heroes and built a school in Kenya. And this is him visiting that school.
This entire trip has been absolutely surreal. I feel like I'm in a dream that I haven't woke up from yet.
All passengers and cabin crew should now be seated with their seatbelts securely fastened. The cabin lights will remain dim for landing.
My name is Ivor. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Boston, and I work in finance. I've only left the States once, and that was to Europe, and now I find myself in Kenya, which I feel incredibly lucky to be here. The reason I'm here is because me and 32 other friends got together and raised $10,000 to build a school in Kenya through Change Heroes. So one of the main reasons I did this campaign was I wanted to prove a point that it doesn't take some old, established businessman or businesswoman to make a difference in this world. But the interesting thing about Change Heroes was it allowed me to get together and make a difference with my friends. So it wasn't just me making a difference, it was me and some of my closest friends making a difference, and we were doing it on such a large scale. And being here and getting to see the result is absolutely incredible. Knowing that what you did has brought so much joy to someone else is, like I said, it's a feeling you can't describe. Let's see. I'm drawing a blank here. What else is that?
But I cannot turn around. The angels see me now, for where I'm bound. You smile like you know the new world has been found.
Give back and do something, and you'll know that feeling that I have.
watching him walk into those schools and meet those kids was incredible. The most impacting part of the trip for me was actually the picture underneath the video. You can see those two people in the bottom left, that's Evan and I. And after 4 days of filming straight, we took a walk together. And I looked at him, and he's 22. It's like I was looking at myself 5 years ago. And I asked him, so Evan, how's this making you feel? Like, what do you think of all this? And he looked at me after a long pause and said, Taylor, how am I supposed to go back to Boston, wake up in the morning, put my tie on, and go to work for 8 hours, just like business as usual? I smiled, and I got really happy because he was beginning his journey, and I said, you don't. And that's when I introduced him to this cheesy character named Conroy. Kat, you know Conroy, right? That power stance and those beautiful cufflinks are what I used to wear and do almost every day. I was a realtor. That's a photoshopped image of the smart car. My head's not that big, comparatively. And I really, really loved real estate. I loved business, and I was obsessed with becoming successful. And part of successful is finances, so I was obsessed with learning about finances and making money. I was so obsessed that I would devour every book that I could get my hands on that told me that it would teach me about success and how to make more money and how to do better in business. I read all the books like Think and Grow Rich, Richest Man in Babylon, 1 Minute Millionaire. Who here? You're nodding. You've read all those too. Who here has read or watched The Secret? You can admit it. Yeah. Well, I was so obsessed with this idea of The Secret that I actually put it on my iPod, and I would listen to it at the gym, like working out. Like, I can do anything. I can do anything. People like me. So true. And one of the things that a lot of these books had in common, which I didn't expect, is that a lot of them said that to make a lot of money, you have to give money away. And they recommended giving away 10% of your income to charity, which at the time didn't really amount to much for me when I first read these books, because Conroy wasn't doing too well. But as I started doing better in real estate, my income went up, so that 10% that I started giving away to charity started to equate to more and more. Until in early 2008, I realized that I had $5,000 saved up for charity, and I also realized that I was so disconnected from anything going on in the world, because all I thought about was condos and sales, that I had no idea where to give it to. And I did some calculations, and realized that soon that $5,000 would be $10,000, then it might be $15,000, and if Conroy did really, really well and kept frosting his tips, then sooner or later it would be $25,000 that I would have saved up. So I went on this mission to find out where the best cause, where the best place to give this money would be, where it would be put to its highest and best use, because I said I was completely disconnected from the nonprofit world or anything going on in charity. So I went to a client's place to give her a price on her condo, and I was walking around saying the stuff that realtors say. Anybody had a realtor come to their place before? You guys know realtors? Yeah? Well, the stuff realtors say when they walk into a house, they're like, oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful condo I've ever seen. These shelves you made under the stairs, that is going to add $5,000 to the price, for sure. We need to get this thing on the market right away. And then I saw this picture on her wall, and it was of a developing country. I didn't know where. And I said, hey, I'm looking into charities right now. What's this picture all about? And she said, oh, I did some pro bono photojournalist work for a nonprofit in Cambodia. And I was like, wow, they've got nonprofits in Cambodia? And she's like, yeah, they have a few actually, a lot of them. And they're doing some great work. And I was like, cool. Should I give them $25,000? And she's like, whoa, Conroy, take a couple steps back. And she said, if you've got some money to give to charity, I know the exact guy that you need to talk to. His name's Zach. I'll hook you up with him. He'll tell you everything you need to know about charity and where to put your money. So she introduced me to a friend of hers named Zach. We went out for a coffee, and within 10 minutes of our conversation, he started telling me about an organization called Free the Children. Who here has heard of Free the Children before? And We Day? Yeah, pretty good exposure here. Told me all about Free the Children, and I was like, that's the one, Zach. I love it. What are we freeing them from? And he's like, oh, come here, little boy. And he started teaching me about charities, and within 45 minutes of meeting him, I was really excited about Free the Children. He told me all about this thing called a holistic approach, which I did not know what that meant. And I was really excited, and I said, Zach, sounds perfect. Let's go to Africa and meet these Free the Children people. And he looked at me, he's like, well, what do you mean, let's go to Africa? They're already there, we just send them the money. I said, Zach, I said, I got $25,000 coming. I said, he was doing a fundraiser to raise $10,000. And I said, that's going to be $35,000 this organization is going to get. Don't you want to see that it's going to, make an impact and see that it's going to get to the ground? And his face turned from surprise to sheer determination. He said, yes, Taylor, I want to see it. We're going to Africa. I just need to run it by my wife really quick. He did. She said yes. A couple months later, we went to Africa. And that's the first time I walked into this schoolhouse, which is one built by Free the Children. And this was actually just after walking into a schoolhouse that was made of mud, dung, and sticks. So I got to see what Free the Children was doing and learn that these kids aren't just learning about math and science and geography. They're learning about gender equality and family planning and how to avoid or how to prevent diseases like AIDS and malaria. They're learning things in these classrooms that the parents are just not equipped to teach them. And this is where I fell completely in love with education. When I got back to Canada, I started telling everyone that they should basically just give all of their money away and that it was the most fulfilling thing in the world, and 0 people listened to me. Until I got a message from a friend of mine named Christina, who's an elementary school teacher, and she said, Taylor, I want to do something really innovative with my elementary school students this year. I don't want to just do a bottle drive or bake sale kind of thing. She's like, I want to do something big, which really teaches them something. I said, okay, I got an idea. Let's go for a coffee. And we sat over these Americanos in Victoria and discussed what we could do with her students. And I said, you know what? I'm really passionate about teaching kids how to be entrepreneurs and even more so, how to be social entrepreneurs. To really teach kids that business can do social good and make an impact in the world. Help yourself. And she said, okay, that sounds good. And I said, okay, Christina, what if we go to your school and we have $100 to every class? So to 18 classes, we have $100 to each class. And then give them a challenge. We say that $100 can be used as their seed money to start up their own little social ventures. And their goal is to turn $100 into $500. And at the end of it, we'll add up all the money, 18 classes times $500, will be $9,000. We'll give that $9,000 to Free the Children and a little schoolhouse just like this to educate kids just like the kids in your class that don't have access to basic education. She said it was a great idea. She talked to the parents, the teachers, the principal. They all loved it. And I walked into her school. This is like kids grade 5 years old to 11 years old. Started handing out these $100 bills to these classes and asking them what their ideas were for business. They loved it. They had never seen $100 before. And my favorite class by far was this grade 2 class. And I walked into this class, so picture like 25 7-year-olds all sitting cross-legged on the floor. And then I come in there, I'm all excited. I'm like, hey, you guys, this is really incredible. I've got $100. You've never even seen a $100 bill before. What are you going to do with it? And they get really excited. And the teacher's like, whoa, Taylor, sit down, relax. And they give me this, you know the 7-year-old chairs, like those stupid little grade 2 chairs. So I'm squatting like this. And I said, what are your ideas? And she says, well, we've got a flip chart, Taylor. And she flips open this flip chart. And it's got the regular ideas on it. Lemonade stand, bake sale, candy counting contest, pizza night, stuff like that. And then right at the bottom, in this like squiggly writing, it says, Dylan's Plays and Stories. And I'm in my stupid chair, and I'm like, what? Who's Dylan? What are these plays and stories? And I kind of look at the kids, and there's this kid. I'm going to act this out for you. There's this kid sitting in the back like this, kind of separated from, hear me okay? Separated from the rest of the group. He's like the cool kid, sitting really nonchalant. I said, who's Dylan? He goes, I'm like, okay. Dylan, these plays and stories, do you want to tell me about this? Like, what's going on? And he goes, okay. And he gets up and all the kids look up at him like, oh, Dylan's going to talk. And he goes, well, actually, first of all, he's got like skinny jeans and like a Led Zeppelin shirt. He's like a 7-year-old hipster. He starts pacing. He says, well, I've written a number of plays and stories. They've been very successful. I've written a play for all the kids to perform. We're going to put on a play night. We're going to charge our parents $5 a head. Probably have the money raised in a night. And they did. Dylan put on a play night. They charged their own parents to get in. They then sold them pizza and snacks, and the combined total of those classes that all started out with, I guess, $1,800, with a goal of $9,000, they didn't hit $9,000. In just over 2 months, they raised $18,000 enough to build 2 schoolhouses just like this for kids just like them in Kenya. We started calling it the Early Entrepreneurs Experiment. And a side note, since then, I did a TEDx talk where I just mentioned the Early Entrepreneurs Experiment as an example of it, like an experiment that I had done in fundraising. And I started getting calls from Turkey, France, Ireland, all over the UK, all over Canada, all over the US, by teachers wanting to do this. And since then, we've run Early Entrepreneurs Experiments in Florida, Georgia, California, Toronto, Victoria, Vancouver, Kelowna, Duncan, which is a little town north of Victoria. Actually, the one in Duncan just raised $31,000 off of starting with a $5,000 worth of seed money. So that's kind of going, it's kind of got legs on its own, it's really cool. And what I learned from Dylan, and from my real estate background as Conroy, is that there are 5 motivators behind giving that I truly believe, when combined correctly, will not only motivate anyone to give, but will make them happy, excited, and thank you for getting them to give in the first place. You guys want to know what they are? Yes. So the 5 motivators of giving, number 1 is personal connection. The connection between the fundraiser and the potential donor is by far the most important part of a fundraiser. 50% of donations in 2011 happened because a friend asked a friend to give. It's a hugely powerful way to get people motivated for a cause, is having a tight personal connection and leveraging that connection. Number 2 is tangible outcome. So in all of our Change Heroes campaigns, we show people exactly where their money is going to go. We show them that it's going to build a schoolhouse just like this. It's going to house 50 kids a year for 20 years. So it's going to impact 1,000 children over the life of the project. Show them exactly where their money is going to go. And I'll get to it a little bit later on how we give feedback and report back on these tangible outcomes. And number 3, this is nothing new. This is micro giving. You guys have heard, if you just give $1 a day or $2 a day. What we do with Change Heroes is we ask people for $3.33 a day for 3 months. Instead of saying, can I please have $300? Because $3.33 a day, especially when you equate it to, that's supposed to be a half-eaten piece of pizza, which we say is $3.33. A latte, cappuccino is what we equate it to, because it's a far easier pill to swallow when it's broken down on a day-to-day basis. Number 4 is group mentality. So whether you're part of a soccer team or a family or a bunch of friends, you're far more apt to give when you know you're part of a group that's already giving. Like if I was to tell Kat that all of our friends, that her friend Mark was going to give, and Pete and Leo and Ryan has already given, can you please give too? She's far more apt to give when she knows she's part of a group. And number 5 is recognition. Whether that's giving people Facebook cover photos, which is the middle one on the far left, saying that their name is going to be in the credits of a documentary, or they're going to get a really cool certificate. People love recognition, especially when it's for a good cause. So these 5 motivators is what we have baked into every campaign in Change Heroes. So Change Heroes is a friend funding platform. It's a social enterprise, a friend funding platform that enables anyone to raise $10,000 to build a school in one of 8 developing countries in a matter of days. And this, what I thought I'd do with this is usually I kind of gloss over, talk about Change Heroes, about how it works and all that kind of stuff, but I thought I'd just show you a live campaign. And this will go through the video that we send people, and you'll kind of get it. You'll see those 5 motivators as well. This is Rianne. She's a university student. She raised over $11,000 in a couple weeks, and this is her video.
Hey guys, I am so excited to finally be able to get to send this video out. This is something I'm so passionate about, and I'm sure you'll be passionate about it too. My friend Taylor is going to tell you about how it works. He's going to explain everything and give you the details. So enjoy the video, thanks for watching, and thanks for thinking about joining our team. We'll talk soon.
Here's how it works. You, me, and about 30 other caring friends all get together and we give our pocket change. You know, the change that you have in your pocket at the end of the day, you usually have a couple bucks and some coins. Well, when 33 people give $3.33 a day for 3 months, it adds up to $10,000. That $10,000 will build an entire schoolhouse with cinder block walls, big bright windows, skylights, wood benches, and chalkboards that will educate approximately 1,000 children, all from a bunch of friends giving some pocket change. And here's what it's going to look like. Hi, this is Taylor from Change Heroes, and thank you for signing up. I wanted to take one quick minute to show you exactly what you are doing with this Change Heroes campaign. Behind me is a schoolhouse that looks exactly like the one that you are about to build. It holds 50 kids per year for an average length of 20 years. So what you're doing with the cost of a cup of coffee every day for 3 months and getting your friends to do the same is going to educate and empower roughly 1,000 kids. So a massive thank you in advance, and good luck in your campaign. All you and your friends need to do is sign up, and Free the Children, who have already built over 650 schoolrooms, will take care of everything. Local workers will build it with all local materials, and fully trained teachers will teach in it. Their salaries are paid for by the local government, just like here in North America, so the schools are fully sustainable. Free the Children has the top rating on Charity Navigator, Charity Watchdog, and the best part about this is that you're going to actually see your school get built right from the ground up. You are going to get pictures of the people and village receiving your school, get a video of the construction starting, your own mini site so you can track the progress of your school the whole way along, and as soon as your school is done, you're going to get a video of the kids saying a big thank you for what you did. You will literally get to see the kids sitting in the school that you built for them. We are sending you a very stylish certificate that you can put up at your home or office, and some cool Facebook cover photos to show your friends what you just did with the cost of a cup of coffee a day for 90 days. You get a tax receipt, and to make it easy, your credit card is charged just once a month for 3 months and never again. And what is 3 months anyways? I mean, if you live till you're 83, you will have lived over 1,000 months. And all it takes is a cappuccino a day for 3 months out of your whole life to educate roughly 1,000 children, which I think is a massive deal. And because this is such a big deal, we're bringing a film crew to make a documentary of these schools to show the world what 33 friends can get together to do with just the cost of a latte a day. And of course, you'll be one of the first people to get a copy of the documentary, and your name will even be in the credits as one of the heroes that helped make this happen. Well, as you can see, we're super excited about this. I hope you're just as excited. And that's why we made it a dollar amount that we thought that anyone could feel great about. I mean, it's the price of a cup of coffee or a slice of pizza or parking downtown for 2 hours. I mean, it's less than the tip that you would leave at a restaurant. And if that's a bit too much, we even threw in an option of half of that, which is $1.67 a day, instead spread over 6 months if that feels more comfortable, whatever feels right to you. The site that you're on right now is a secure site, and all you need to do is take 60 seconds to fill in your credit card information right there. It literally takes less than a minute to do, and you guys will have just built a school for 1,000 deserving boys and girls. Thank you in advance from me, from Free the Children, from your mom who's going to be ecstatically proud of you, and from all those kids that you are empowering with the priceless gift of education. Thank you.
That makes sense? So, this is kind of the back end here on exactly how Rianne prepared her campaign and launched it out and raised $11,000. The first step that she goes through is her friend list. So she makes a list of 33. We actually suggest that she goes for 50 friends because some friends might not have a credit card because that's how we collect payments, or they might be out of town or something. So we suggest that she makes a list of 50 of her friends. And number 2, she makes each of those friends one of those videos. The video that you guys saw, she said, "Hey guys, this is a campaign that I'm doing. I hope you guys want to jump on board." In reality, she makes a 30-second video for every single person on her list to really build that personal connection, because that's the biggest motivator of giving. So if her friend was Mark, then she would make a video for Mark saying, "Hey Mark, I really love that suit you have. You look great in it. And I really want you to jump on this campaign because it's going to change the world. Watch this video. Taylor's going to tell you how it works." That way Mark watches it, feels kind of warm and fuzzy, that he's really connected with Rianne, and then is far more apt to jump on her campaign. So that's step 2. Step 3 is taking off a bunch of friends on Facebook that she can send that more general video that you guys saw, the one saying, "Hey guys," so that she can tick off 200, 300 of her friends. They'll all watch it, and a bunch of them will jump on her campaign without her having them on her initial friend list. And then this, I could totally nerd out at this point and get really excited about this website, because yes, it looks like a really nice, beautiful designed website. I think I didn't do it, obviously our designer did, but in essence, what this is this is the answer to every single question someone could possibly come up with to do with this campaign. Because you guys know, as well as anyone, that if someone asks you to give to a charity, a lot of questions usually kind of pop up in your head. Well, is the school sustainable? Which we tried to come up to overcome in the video. And how are the teachers going to get paid? And is it a holistic approach, et cetera, et cetera. And so on this page is everything that we couldn't fit into that video. So it talks with icons and nice little description about how it is a holistic approach, how it's part of a water and sanitation, agriculture, women's empowerment, medical services, and education holistic approach, and how Free the Children has been around for years and years and years, and they've already built over 650 schools and classrooms to really give people a sense of security and knowing that their donation is going to its highest and best use. So that's what this page is all about. And what we do to really, to give people the experience that I had with going to Kenya, to give them that feedback, because we want people to take part in these campaigns and then feel like they're really a part of it growing from the ground up. So we send people videos like the top left of me sitting on a bunch of rocks that will be bricks that will build schools, saying, hey, you just reached $1,000 in your campaign. This is about how much you've built, a bunch of bricks kind of thing. And after the school's built, we show them like the top right saying your school is just about built. You know, you can track the progress on this mini site, which is the bottom left. And we're going to let you know once the roof is on and there's windows and doors kind of thing, so you're really involved the whole way through. And my favorite video is the bottom right, where we're sitting in the classroom saying, this is not only the school that you built, but these are the kids with their little pencils and paper learning about all these things that their parents aren't equipped to teach them because of what you guys did, you and 33 of your friends did back in Vancouver or Victoria. We also run for the kind of the overachievers that really want to go and see the school in person themselves. We run a trip every year. This year is from November 9th to 19th, where you can meet the kids, help build a school, digging trenches, stacking bricks and making cement kind of thing. You can make out with the giraffe, it looks like, at the top left. That's Evan. I think there's tongue on lips there for sure. So yeah, you can do all of these things, which is great. And here's a couple of people that have run campaigns. Top left is Rianne Glenn. He's a realtor from town, Van City Lofts, if anyone was looking for a loft. He raised over $10,000 just a couple weeks ago. Katie is a teacher from Toronto who raised over $11,000. Elton raised $20,000 in 2 days. Crushed it. There's Evan, who's in the video. Jason's an entrepreneur from Philadelphia who raised $10,000. Bushra here, actually, she was so inspired by her campaign. After raising $10,000, she went to Bangladesh, where she funded actually 2 libraries to be built. She went to Bangladesh and visited the libraries that she built herself. David, he's about 50, he's an advertising executive from LA. He raised $11,000 in 4 days. Nikolai, $11,000 with his girlfriend, and Raquel is a single mother who raised $10,000 as well. You can grab that. I'm just joking. So Change Heroes to date, the traction that we've had is we've had 100 people run campaigns from 25 cities all over North America. We've had over 2,000 people contribute to these campaigns. We've built, so we've raised now $530,000, funding 53 projects in 9 developing countries. And my favorite stat of all time at this moment is over 50,000 children will have a safe, clean place to learn over the life of these projects. Now, this is where I get really excited because we're doing our big, grand, massive launch. We've only been in beta phase for about 2 years with this. And our big launch is in June. And to give you an idea of the scale of this, when 10 people run these campaigns successfully, it raises $100,000. If 100 people, which is probably maybe this, not even more than this, or less than this section of the theater, 100 people run these campaigns successfully, it raises $1 million. If 1,000 people, which is that sliver of Rogers Arena, that would be at a Canucks game, and coincidentally, it actually takes less time to prepare one of these campaigns than it does to watch a Canucks game. If that section at a Canucks game ran campaigns, that would raise $10 million. And our goal within the next 3 years is to have 10,000 people, half of Rogers Arena, run campaigns raising $100 million to build 10,000 schools that will help impact, educate, and empower 10 million children. So there's one thing that is way deeper than I can put onto a graph or a slice of Rogers Arena or any infographic kind of thing. And that's the feeling that Evan couldn't put into words in the beginning of that video. It's a feeling that I had when I went to Kenya and saw these things, saw these projects firsthand. And it's a feeling that we try to give every single one of our campaign runners. And that's the feeling that I can't talk over this yet. It's the feeling that you can educate and empower thousands of children. That's what Change Heroes is about. Thank you.